So now, this is the last part of chapter 5 we are discussing. Narada Muni, while instructing Vyasadeva, he mentioned about the glories of devotional service. He mentioned about the qualifications of Vyasadeva. Then he is going to mention about his own personal life. So, Narada's personal life. And this is mentioned from text 23 to 31. It is mentioned that how in his previous life first he mentioned, let us discuss this in a different pattern. A point, he says, what was his previous life all about? In the past millennium, he was born as a son of certain maid servant. Very insignificant birth. No education, no high birth, no qualification whatsoever. Absolutely low. But he was engaged in the service of followers of Vedanta. So Srila Prabhupada says we can see the power of surcharged devotional atmosphere. Service of followers of Vedanta. So one can see what is the power of surcharged atmosphere. What happened in that service? He mentions what was the qualities of the great souls. This service, rendering service to the followers of the Vedantas, changed him. What was the qualities of great souls? What qualities are mentioned? It is mentioned that they were impartial by nature. They did not have special favoritism to anyone. They were following very strictly the principles of Vedanta. Very interesting. Strict followers. Very pure souls. And not only that, they were always not just following, because the whole purpose of following is to glorify the Supreme Lord. They were always glorifying. Always talking about Supreme Personality of Godhead. Supreme Personality of Godhead. This was the qualities of great souls in whose service Narada Muni was engaged. Now after mentioning that, so great souls quality is mentioned, just like Guru's quality is given. So great souls quality was given in 23, 24 and 26. But now he mentions the third point, Narada's personal qualities. Very important to get the mercy. Although they were impartial, Narada's qualities, more than qualities, it was their merciful nature, but still Narada's personal qualities did play a role. What is the first thing in his qualities? He was self-controlled. So this is mentioned in 24th and 29th. He was self-controlled. So in terms of self-control, it was mentioned that he had no attachment to sports. Even though he was a young boy, Srila Prabhupada mentions, and then he was not naughty, and then he was no childish mischievousness was there, not speak more than required. These things are there. And not only that, other side, he had great attachment and faith in the sages. So somebody might have these qualities, but this is all only on controlling the negative part. But then there should be dovetailing of the positive part. So great attachment and faith was there. And because to the sages was there, therefore how did it manifest? He was completely dedicated to their services. He had subjugated the senses, and when senses were subjugated, he was following them strictly with body and mind. Not just his body was serving, body and mind. With mind also, he was fully aware in their service. Not just his body was engaged, his mind was fully present, attentive. And then he was very gentle in behavior. That is another part of the service. He is gentle in behavior. So subjugated the senses, following with body and mind, very gentle in behavior. And as a result of A, B and C, C is Narada's personal qualities. What opportunities Narada had? Let us look at that. What kind of opportunities he got in the spiritually surcharged atmosphere? This is point number D. Because sometimes when we are in a very powerful atmosphere, there are very powerful opportunities. One may not notice that. So opportunities which blessed Narad Muni. What opportunities had blessed Narad Muni in the past life? 24 to 26. Let us look into this. First point, personal service to the Bhakti Vedantis, to the great souls. Now, what service a small child can offer? But he was offering this service with great dedication. Then he took the remnants once only, by their permission, took the remnants once only by their permission of those sages. Third, what else? And then he could hear them. He got the opportunity to Shravan, could hear them describe the attractive features of the Lord. So because attractive activities, Lord's activities are very attractive, and when they are coming from the mouth of a realized soul, and one hears that, has a transforming effect. So 1, 2 and 3. What was the effect finally? These were the opportunities he got. And what was the effect on his life? Effect of that association. He did service, he did Shravan very nicely, hearing, and he took the remnants of the prasad. What was the first thing which happened? All sin was destroyed, eradicated. All sin was eradicated and heart purified. Not only that, all sin was eradicated, heart purified. It is mentioned he developed the taste. Taste for Krishna. Taste for hearing about the personality of Godhead. Taste for Krishna. Taste for hearing increased day by day. And what was the result of listening attentively? Very attentively, when he was listening, he realized his own ignorance. Now this is mentioned in text number 26 to 31. This whole thing is mentioned in text number 26 to 31. Now let us see in this verse number. in text number 27 it is mentioned that he realized only under ignorance he was accepting the gross and the subtle body as his own self. But now he realized both him and Lord are transcendental. This is all in 27th. He realized both are transcendental, and because both are transcendental, after that he realized the most confidential knowledge of Lord's intimate service. Now this is mentioned in text number 30. What is the most confidential knowledge of service of the living entity to the Supreme Lord? That was realized when the modes of passion and ignorance were completely destroyed. As it is mentioned, sin was eradicated. So passion and ignorance was destroyed. So he realized the most confidential knowledge. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Like that, Narada's personal life got transformed. And finally, to conclude the chapter, Narad Muni in text number 16 and 40 distinctly course of action for Vyasadeva. What Srila Vyasadeva should do now? This course of action is very distinctly outlined by Narad Muni. In the course of action, the first thing which he says, if you see text 16, he says, rarity of expert souls. Very rare. Who are the expert souls? If you read text 16, expert souls who are detached from material activities, who can very distinctly see the transcendental subject matter. So expert souls can very expertly take out the essence of the transcendental subject matter for the benefit of all. And because they are so rare, in text 16 he says, what is the duty of expert personalities? What is the duty? It is mentioned in text number 16 here. It says, those who are not so well situated due to material attachment should be shown the ways of transcendental realization. Those who are not so well situated, they should be shown ways. So expert souls should show the way. Way of transcendental realization. They should clearly outline for the benefit of those who are too materially attached, who do not have so much time, energy, intelligence to understand the essence. So expert souls should show the way and clearly outline everything. And then Narad Muni finally in 16th, making Vyasadeva realize his duty now. Narad Muni in text 40, he says, first thing he says, describe the activities of Almighty Lord as you have understood from the Vedas. So basically churn out the essence, Almighty Lord. And he says a beautiful line. He says, that will benefit whom? So last verse of this chapter says, it will benefit the learned men, because they are always looking for the essence, for the nectar, and this will satisfy their hankering, who are hankering for the nectar, and also this will benefit the common masses to mitigate their material miseries. Their material miseries. And this way you will benefit learned men and common masses. Both are going to benefit, and this way you will get extreme or full satisfaction that you have given the best and presented it in the best format for the best welfare of all living entities. Hare Krishna.